So good evening, guys. Let's welcome to our MGM IT training solutions. Okay, as part of functional testing. So we have covered till yesterday is that test design techniques, right? In out of which we have covered BVA and ECP. So B sorry, what BVA talks about? It talks about the range. That what type of range, that how, what is the maximum and what is the minimum value that we are going to define in the range. So for defining the BVA, what are the parameters that we'll use? How many parameters that we will use? We use 6 parameters. Okay, what is that? Minimum, minimum minus 1, minimum plus 1, and maximum,
maximum minus
maximum
1,
minus
maximum
1.
plus 1.
Right, these are the 6 parameters that we will use for the BVA to get the range, to test the range. And coming to ECP, we are specifically talking about the ECP means value, what type of values that we are entering into the particular label fields. Okay, so ECP will talks about the valid and invalid inputs. Okay, valid inputs, like let's say if we have the requirements that I need to enter only from 0 to 9. Okay, from 0 to 9, those are valid. Okay, beyond that, apart from the 0 to 9, whatever I have entered like A, B, C or whatever, that are, those are all invalid. So we have to consider the values, only valid values in the ECP, right? Got it? So let's continue with the rest of the design techniques. Okay, today we'll talk about the decision table. Okay, we'll go with the decision table. Okay, now let us talk about decision table techniques. So when we will go to decision table, like if we are having more number of conditions, okay, we have more number of conditions. Suppose, okay, if we have some conditions like true or false, okay, we can say true or false is a true, either true or false. Okay, like that. When we can go with this technique, if you check more conditions, then need to take this technique. So this is technique is also called as cause effect. This technique is also called as cause effect. So decision table also called as a cause effect. Okay, cause effect table. This in the cause effect table. You can call it as a cause effect table. Okay, cause and effect means what is the cause and effect means what? Sorry. Yes. Any questions? Venkatesh, can you mute yourself? Okay. So what cause and effect means? What is the decision and what is the action? Cause and effect means what is the decision and what is the action that we are going to perform. Okay, the decision table mainly have two important things. One is what is the condition and what is the corresponding action should be done. Okay, this should have only two conditions, two important things that we need to use. What is the condition? One is what is the condition, and second one is what is the corresponding action to be done. Okay, these are the two important things that we need to consider during the decision table adding. Okay, so one is what is the condition, and other is what is the corresponding action that should be done. These are the two important things. Focus on the decision table. Okay, now let us see some example on how to create a decision table. Okay, how to create a decision table. Now we'll take one example. So everyone aware of that net banking, right? How to transfer money, how to
Yes.
add account. Everyone have, I think everyone had the banking accounts, right? Everyone have the net banking also, right? You guys will do transfer and adding accounts, right? So I will take that example only for a better understanding. Okay. So transferring money online to account which is already added and approved. Okay, we'll take an example is transferring money through online to other person account which is already added and approved. Okay, so here what are the preconditions is here. So what are the preconditions here? So if the account is already added and approved, okay, then we can transfer the money through online, right? So if the person account is added, already added and approved, then only we can transfer the money through online, through net banking, right? So what is the condition that and what is the action here? What is the condition and what is the action? So already we added the account and also it is approved, and also it is approved. So this is the condition. Okay, here what is the condition? Account is already added and approved. This is the condition, right? There are two conditions, right? I said these conditions are matched, then only we can send money through the online. What is an action is here? What is the action that going to perform is transfer money to the added account, right? So here what is the condition is account is already added and approved, and what is the action that we going to perform is we have to transfer money to the added account, right? Clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear this example as of now? Okay, just we are in the starting stage itself. So till now you guys clear or not? If not clear, I will repeat it again. Okay, let me know.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah, right. Okay. So Lavanya and some other persons, okay, like Bhargav, Naresh, please let me know if you guys stuck anywhere, okay? Okay. So transferring money is an action, and what is the condition we have is account is added. One, that is one condition, and account is approved. That is also one condition. Here, how many conditions we have? Two conditions. One is account is added, and one more is account is approved. Added account is approved, right? So if you want to test this particular scenario, we have to follow certain different aspects. Okay. Now let's see what are the aspects. Okay. Now what is that? Now let's see what are the aspects that we need to follow. Okay. First, we need to understand what is the condition and what is the action. Okay. First, what we need to understand. So what is the condition? And what is the action that you need to follow? Okay. Okay. So in this scenario, what is the condition? Let us see the condition. So the first condition is so account is already approved. That is one condition. And even though if it is approved, our account is added at the time of money sending. So it will send a OTP. That OTP is also should match. Then only you can send money. So that is also called as kind of condition. So here we got one more condition. Only account added and approved is not nothing, right? So in order to transfer money, the OTP should also match it, right? So whenever you are transferring money to a already account added, once we enter the amount, then what is the next step is we have to enter the OTP, right? Which receives to our mobiles, right? So this is also one condition. So here, how many conditions we have so far? How many conditions we have? Three conditions. One is account is already added and account is approved, and one more is OTP. OTP. Okay, these are the three conditions right now we have. Okay, I have these pieces. One is account approved and one is OTP is matched, and the one more is whether we got one more. Now after telling you guys, I am getting one more idea that whether we have sufficient amount is there or not to transfer, right? Clear? So here we have totally four conditions. One is account is already added and account is approved and OTP matches, and also one more condition we got is sufficient funds should be there to transfer, right? So these are all the conditions, but all the conditions even on the example, but we need to assume few things here. But in the requirement, what they have given is only account is added and approved, right? So initially what I said, initially when I said the condition, I said only one condition. As per the requirement, I said only one condition. What is that? Account is already added and approved. That is the condition. But we have to analyze that condition to get it into more scenarios. So now in front of you, okay, I have analyzed. Okay, when I'm saying that, I got two more conditions. One is OTP matches, and also one more is sufficient amount is there or not. So these are not there in the requirements page, but while doing testing, okay, while we are doing performing anything, at the time you should analyze more on this, and then we get more scenarios on that, right? But in the requirements, we have only got only account is added and approved, but other things I have not added. But I have to assume those things because already added the account and approved, fine. But money is also money. If the money is not there, we cannot transfer, right? And OTP does not matches, we cannot transfer, right? So those things cannot mention everything. Okay, we have to assume few things here. So overall, we have four conditions. One is account is added and account is approved, and OTP should also match, and also sufficient funds have to be there in the account. So if these conditions matches, then only we can pass or send the money through online, right? So clear so far the conditions, how to analyze the conditions, clear? Okay, now we will see the action plans. Okay, so before going to take action, the first, so in the decision table, what are the two things that we need to consider? One is what are the conditions, and second is what are the actions that we need to perform. So till now we have covered what are the conditions that we got it. Okay, and now once that we got the condition, once we are ready with the conditions, the next thing is we need to perform some actions, right? So now we'll see the action plans. So in the actions, we can transfer money if all the conditions are becomes true. See, if all these conditions are true, then only we can transfer money, right? Then only we can transfer. Then only we can transfer money, right? And sometimes we have to show message. For suppose we don't have sufficient money, then what is the message I expect? For suppose if I don't have, for suppose I need to transfer 1,000 rupees to the other person. Okay, I enter in the page that 1,000 rupees to transfer, but to transfer 1,000 rupees, it will charges for some charges, right? For 1,000 rupees, it will charge for 10 rupees to transfer through NEFT, right? So minimum balance that you should transfer is how much you have? Should have 1,000 10 rupees. Okay. Now, but I have only 1,000 rupees in my account to transfer. Okay, in order to transfer, how much I have? I should have 1,010 rupees, but I have only 1,000 rupees. Okay, if I click on transfer 1,000 rupees, then what is the message that I will get? So something like a funds
You
are
have
not.
not insufficient balance.
Sorry.
Insufficient balance.
Okay, insufficient balance, right? So we will get some insufficient balance. And suppose here only one more condition. Okay, now I have, but I have 1,010 rupees in my account. Let's say. Okay, I need to transfer that money. In order to transfer that money, when I submit the transfer, what is the next step? I will get the OTP, right? Suppose if OTP does not match, okay, OTP mismatches, then what is the error we will get? Wrong OTP, right? Something like wrong OTP, all right? So what can I expect here? Can expect the, if I enter multiple OTPs, then what will get? We can enter more than 3 OTPs, invalid OTPs, then what is the action? That's the action that we'll get from the system is either we can block the user or OTP is wrong, we can say, right? Like blocking the transaction in case of suspicious transactions. Okay, like if we enter more OTPs, then or more OTPs, more invalid OTPs, then we can say make it as a suspicious transaction and we can block the account. So these are the possible conditions and there are 3 possible actions here. So I got total 4 possible conditions and also I got 3 possible actions that I can perform. So these are the possible actions here. So if you observe here, we have 4 conditions and 3 actions. Everything we need to cover, all the conditions. Okay, for every condition we need to get ready with the actions, okay, while testing. So like this, you have to prepare a decision table for any fields that you are going to test. Clear how decision table works? So for every condition, okay, if you get 1,000 conditions, you should get 1,000 actions, right? Clear? Clear or not? Speak it louder, man. Venkatesh, you're in unmute itself, but you're not talking.
Well, my internet connection was not stable.
It's not stable. Okay. Okay. Now your internet is stable, right? Whether you go, tell me now whether you are following or not.
Yeah, now okay.
No, okay. What about Naresh? What about Lavanya?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Sir, okay, sir.
If
Fine.
you are,
Kalyani, sir, not Lavanya.
Okay, sir.
okay, sorry. Okay. At least you speak it now. I'm happy for that. So yeah, you guys are following or not? If you are not at all understand, please let me know itself only. Okay. If you say anything to others, also no use. If you are not following, please let me know. I will repeat it again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Are the very important topics that you will cover during your interviews or any certification courses, okay, like ISTP certification courses also, okay. These are the questions. That's the reason I'm saying these concepts, okay. In general, these concepts are not at all used, okay, but during for interview purpose and for certification courses, these are the very important topics.
Okay, sir.
So I'm assuming you guys are okay with the decision table, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. If you don't say the answers tomorrow start itself, then I will ask. Then I will tell. Okay. The next is date Transition. Venkat, so please be mute yourself, okay? If you have questions or anything that you want to ask, then you can unmute, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll go with the state transition. Okay. Let's take an example of login page. Okay. We'll take an example of login page. Everyone knows about login page, right? What are the fields that will be available?
Yeah, sir. Username, password.
Time password.
Thank you guys. And this is password and this is login button. Okay. This is user name field. And this is login button. Okay. Okay. So let's take an example of login page of an application which locks the username after 3 wrong attempts of password. Okay. Here we'll take an example is the condition also here is whenever if we enter more than 3 invalid password attempts, then in that case we have to log the username. Okay. For this, let me draw a small brief diagram here. Okay. Home page. This is first attempt, and this is second attempt, and this is third attempt, and finally account locks. Okay. Now this is home page. After login, it is his home page, and this is first attempt. This is second attempt. This is third attempt. If everything is wrong, then account locked. Okay. Okay. If first attempt is this is fail, and if it's second attempt pass, second attempt fails, third attempt pass. Yeah, I should do this. Okay. I will explain this diagram. Okay, don't worry. Let me draw this. This is pass. This is fail. This is pass. This is fail. This is pass. And this is fail. Okay. Now let's see. So in the login page of application, so what is the requirement here is the application which should logs username or account after 3 wrong attempts of password. Okay. So here what is my requirement is whenever if I enter more than 3 wrong passwords, immediately the account should be locked. Okay. So sometimes we can observe in ATMs or some banking application, like if whenever you guys enter any invalid passwords multiple times, then we will get a message, right, that your account is locked for 24 hours. Okay, whenever you enter in the ATM that multiple times invalid password, I mean invalid pin, then you'll also get your card is blocked, right? You know, right, about this. Again here, so once whenever the account is locked, again what we need to do is we need to raise a request and we need to follow with the customer care and so on, so right. So it is allowed with only 3 items, but for the third time also it was wrong and it will automatically your account will be locked. So that's the requirement here. Okay, let's see for this requirement how to draw state transition diagram. Okay, so here we need to understand what are the states and what are the actions. These two things are very important. Okay, what are the two things that we need to consider is what are the states and what are the actions, the okay, that are things we need to consider. So first attempt, okay, here you see here, right, the first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. Okay, these are the actions. First attempt, second attempt, third attempts, these are the actions. So first time, okay, we will enter the password. Okay, first time we'll enter the password. Then what is the action? That is the action. Second time also action. Third time also action. So these 3 items we can say, these 3 items we can say the actions. Now let us say if we have written 3 different boxes. Okay, first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. Suppose first attempt itself pass. Okay, for the first time, first attempt itself means like if I give valid username and password, then what will happen? If I click on login, then it will, where will go? We'll go to the home page. Okay, home page contains like account balance. Okay, what is the statements? Okay, address changes. All these things are there, right? That is considered as a home page. So whenever, so first attempt itself, if I pass, then it will go to the home page. Then we no need to go with the rest of the phases. Okay. For suppose if I should go to the home, suppose first attempt is failed. For suppose first attempt is failed, that I have given invalid password, then what happen? You will can get a one more chance. Okay, your username is password and you'll get a message that you have 2 more attempts to be left for the day. You'll get message like that, right? So second time you will enter. Second time if we given correct input, then it will go to the home page. Okay, in second time if we give first valid password, then you will enter into the login page, then we'll get into the home page. So we are good with till here, and no need to take care of the rest of the cases. Suppose if we though second attempt also failed, then we'll get one more message that only one more chance for the day to left. Okay, otherwise if you give invalid, then your account will be blocked, right? We'll get some message like that, right? So in the third attempt, if I given correct, account, current user details, then it will go to the home page. Okay, so that go to the home page. If it is incorrect account, we given incorrect password in the third attempt, then what happened? Our account will be locked. Our account will be blocked or locked. That we will see in front of the screen, right? So this is the state transition diagram, and based on this, we need to write a small table. Okay, based on this, right, we need to write a small table. Okay, that how we will write. I will show you now. Login, valid password and invalid password. Okay. Next, this is state. This is login page. Valid password. Invalid password. Okay. How many password? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay. And 5. Okay. So in the first state, that's one. First state, what we'll do is the first attempt. The first attempt. Okay. If we have given, okay, let me give one more here. Let's say assume this is S1 and this is also S2 and this is S3 and this is, let's say, shortcuts. Okay, I'm writing for shortcuts. Okay, S4 and this is S5. Okay, so first transition is first attempt. Okay, first attempt we are going. If we given valid password, then where to go this? If we given valid password, we should go to the home page. So for suppose we are for referring home page, what we have given is S4. Where to go? It will go to S4. Okay. If I give an invalid password, suppose if I give an invalid the first attempt is failed by giving the invalid, then where it will go? It will go to the second attempt. Second attempt means S2. All right. Okay. Now take the S2. S2 means second attempt. If in second attempt, if I have given valid password, then what is the next step? It will pass and it will go to the home page here. Okay. Second, right? So it will go to the which page? If it is valid password, then where it will go? It will go to the home page, means S4. If I given invalid, then where it will go? It will go to where it will go to the second attempt. If I fail, where it will go?
S5.
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 Right?
No, S3, sir.
Yes, S3, because I have chance of until three invalid inputs. Okay, I have till more than 3 invalid inputs, then we can go to the account block, means S5, right? So here first answer, if I given it the first attempt is success for the valid, then it will go to home page. Otherwise, it will go to the second attempt. Okay, in the second attempt, if I give valid password, then it will go to the home page. Okay, if it is failed, if I give an invalid, means it will go to the S3 third attempt. Right now, we'll go to see the third attempt. Okay, if I given at this time, if I given valid password, then where it will go? S4, right? If I invalid,
S5.
right? Here, this is how you need to write a. You need to write a state transition diagram. So 3 attempts, and every time the state is changed. So if it is a pass first attempt, then the state is different. If it is if the first is failed, then the state is different. So it will go to the next state until and you see the valid state. So states will be the one column, and login and correct password and incorrect password is all the actions. Okay. Now let us see what I need to do. List out all the states. Okay. Each and everything is a state here, right? Each and everything is a state here. So first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, not only this home page. Okay, home page, account lock, All these are states only. So I have listed all the states based on the transition diagram. Okay, based on this transition diagram, I have listed state transition diagram. Okay. S4 indicates
Home page.
home page. Okay. S5 indicates
Account block.
account. So based on the state transition diagram, I have drawn a state transition table. So now see, S1 is first attempt. When I do the first attempt, if I give the correct one, then it will go to the home page. Okay. What
Yes,
it means? Suppose in the first attempt, if I give invalid password, then it will go to the second attempt. Okay. In the second case, if I given valid, it will go to the home page. If it is invalid, it go to the third attempt. In the third attempt, if it is valid, it will go to the home page. Otherwise, it will go to the
Account
account.
block.
Okay, like this. I need to draw a state transition diagram. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Kalyani, Naresh, Bhargav.
Sir, yes,
Sir,
sir.
yes, sir. Fine, sir.
I'm going to the next topic. Okay, the last stage. Okay, the next one is error. Yes. Okay, what is error guessing? Error guessing is one of the testing technique used to find bugs in a software application. Okay, all these are related to find the bugs in a software application only, but error guessing is little bit different. Okay, so how it is different means based on the testers prior experience. Okay, based on the testers, okay, prior experience, they will do. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, guys. So error guessing is used to find the bugs in a software application based on the tester's prior experience. Like, for suppose submitting a form without giving values. Okay, like in this here, if I click on the login button without entering username and password, then I can expect something like enter username and password. Okay, I can, but as a fresher, they cannot guess this error messages, right? So based on the experience, okay, testers will have the prior experience on the output. So these are all the test design techniques. Okay, so error guessing is something like the testers who is having the prior experience of working in an application. Okay, so if they have executed the same application in any other organization or in any different type of application, they can guess some output messages. Okay, that is about the error guessing. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are all the total 5 different test design techniques. What are those? One is BVA, ECP, state transition, error guessing. One more is decision.
Decision techniques.
Decision.
Decision table.
Okay. So these design techniques you guys are clear, right? Clear or not?
Sir.
Okay, now let's go for different terminology. So, we already discussed about functional testing, non-functional testing. Under functional testing, we have so many techniques, right? So here I'm talking about only the terminologies because in day-to-day life we use these terms very frequently in the real time. In the real-time environment. For example, you will listen retesting, regression testing, ad hoc testing, smoke testing. So these are all the commonly used terms. So when you heard about these words, we need to understand what is that means. Okay, if some person come and ask you to do some retesting or regression testing or sanity testing or smoke testing, so you guys able to say, answer, or understand. Okay.
So those types of testings are manual testing, sir.
Sorry.
Testing, sanitary testing, it is all are manual testing, sir.
I'm not getting you, man.
Testing is all are manual testing, sir.
Yes, whatever now I'm saying, everything is manual testing or functional testing. So what are the terminals that you are using, right? Smoke testing or smart. So these testing techniques are usually used mainly by the manual testers and also automation testers also they can use. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So there are a lot of testing techniques now that we can cover tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir.